Welcome, everybody. I'm about maybe close to 40 days of staying at home, and so I'm starting to feel a little bit of stagnation, a little bit of that sort of heavy energy in my body, and perhaps you're feeling that as well. Today we will move a little bit more than maybe we have in the past. Maybe not. We'll see where it goes. If you've practiced with me before. As always, the most important thing is your breath. If you don't do anything else, I just want you to breathe. Breathe as smoothly and as deeply as you know how to breathe. And focus on the exhale, particularly if you're feeling any sort of resistance to a deep inhale. If you've got oil that you like, go ahead and grab that. I've got balance because we could always use more of that, right? Find a comfortable seated position. Lengthen the spine. Bring the palms together if you're using oil. Close the eyes. Hold the hands up towards the face. Take a full breath in through the nose. Fill the belly. And out through the mouth. And again, deep breath all the way in. And out. Last time. Leave the eyes closed, reach the hands up towards the sky, interlace the fingers, roll the palms up. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Soften the jaw. Feel yourself root down into the earth. So you're reaching down, letting yourself get really, really heavy. And then extending, creating more space between each of the vertebrae of the spine with each inhale. The shoulders are going to want to ride up consciously. Reach them down and towards one another. And the shoulder blades towards one another. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands and shake them. Shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them, shake them. And you can even get a little wild with it. Shake it out. 3. Yeah, good job. 2. Reach them up. Stretch. And then exhale. Relax them down towards the knees. Palms face up or down. Face down as if you're feeling like you need a more nurturing sensation. Palms up if you are ready to receive one of both for balance. If the eyes are open, close them down again. And take a moment to notice your bones and your muscles. Let the breath become more balanced, matching the length of the inhale to the exhale. As you're noticing the bones and the muscles, begin to become aware of the spaces in between them. Sense the organs, the lungs, the beat of the heart. Relax the jaw. Awareness to all of the senses, not just the traditional taste, touch, smell, but also your sense of awareness of where you are in the world in relation to everything else. The way your body is positioned, what surrounds you. Take a full deep breath in, and as you exhale, turn your awareness to the mind. And just take a moment to observe what the mind is making everything mean. And give yourself permission to really listen to the narrative versus trying to interject. Let it be whatever it is. And then align yourself with a space of observation, perspective of observation, and alignment with the God of your own understanding. Whatever that feels like, whatever that is to you. And from that space and that vantage point, set an intention. The intention being a method of travel, not a destination. Note what it feels like. And as we move through practice, stay attuned to that sensation. If you lose it, come back here or to another resting position. Find your breath, find your intention. It's the most important part. As we move, identify barriers, breathe into those, and consciously visualize, sense, feel them moving, dissolving. Hands towards the sky, inhale deeply. Go back if it feels good. Kind of wiggle and stretch. And then bring hands to the earth, hands and knees, tabletop position. Press the tops of the toes into the earth, spread the fingers wide, draw the lower belly in. Inhale, look up, the belly falls. Resist the temptation to ratchet the neck up, let it be long. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, push the earth away. 2 more times, look up, inhale. Around the spine, exhale. And last one like that. Come to neutral. Lift the right leg up behind you. If that's not feeling good in your body, you can stay down on the toe. Lift the leg up and drop the right hip down so that the hips are in line with one another. Active through the back foot. If it feels okay, take the left arm up, spread through the fingers. As you inhale, kind of accentuate that movement. Exhale, tap both down. Inhale, reach up as much as you can. Exhale, tap down. 1 more time. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Float it down, hand and knee. Other side. Left leg, reach it up. Right arm, reach it up. Take a moment to get in alignment. Drop the left hip down so right and left hips are even with one another. Reach through the fingertips and through the heel. Exhale, tap down. 2 more. Last one. Exhale, hand down, tuck toes, and find your way into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. Feet are hips width distance. You can bend the right knee and then the left a couple of times. But work your way into a space where you're comfortable, and you can hang out for a moment. Notice if you're dumping down. You can tell you're doing that if you feel tightness in the wrists. That's often the culprit. Press down through the fingertips. Lift up through the arms. Reach the tailbone back. Heels down, exhale. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward. Mindfully moving. Exhale, down dog. 1 more time like that. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Bend the knees. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump towards the top of the mat. Feet are hips width distance. Bend the knees enough so that the lower belly is resting on the thighs. And shift the weight forward so that the low back can release. Hands can be wherever you want them to be. Open the mouth, exhale. Maybe wiggle the head from side to side. Maybe shrug the shoulders or shake the head yes and then no. If you've lost the thread of awareness in the body, connection to the senses, come back to that. Temperature, touch, taste, vision. If you're holding on to anything, release it. Inhale. Enough that your torso rises up off of your thighs. Exhale, lower belly to spine, hands to hips, rise to standing. Hands reach up. If you go back at all, it's the heart lifting, not the head falling back. Exhale, hands to heart center, or maybe one hand to heart and belly. Or maybe there's some other space of connection that feels good to you. Find that. Let the eyes close or the gaze soften. Come back to your intention. And give yourself this moment to really dial in to an awareness of what that would mean to you. What does it look like? What does it feel like? And we're going to stay with an inquiry, feeling into that, for the bulk of the practice. And so simply notice as barriers arise, as awarenesses come to you. Have compassion and breathe. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, we're in a balanced breath. Count of 4 if possible. Fold forward. Breathe in, find a flat back. Exhale, step the right leg back. You can stay up or lower down, toes tucked. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Lift the knee, step the left leg back. Shift forward, lower halfway, or all the way down. Lift the heart, either cobra with bent elbows or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last time, in for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. Out, out, out. Look towards the top of the mat, maybe bend the knees, tiptoes. Exhale, find your way there, stepping, floating, hopping, any combo. Fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Neck stays long. Exhale, hands to heart. Tune in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, bow forward. Flat back, breathe in. Exhale, left leg back. And stay on the ball of the foot or drop the knee down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right leg back, knees down or up, lower down. Lift the heart up. Downward facing dog, exhale. In through the nose. Out, nose or mouth. Maybe you want to come up on tiptoes as you inhale, really lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And out through the mouth. Look towards the top of the mat, breathe in. Find your way there, breathe out. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to a space of connection. Root down. One more time, just like that. Breath in, reach up. Fold forward, empty completely. Flat back, inhale. Right leg back, knee or not, exhale. Hands up as you breathe in. Hands to the earth, left leg back and lower. Lift the heart, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. In through the nose. Out, nose or mouth. In through the nose. Nose or mouth. Look towards the top of the mat. Find your way there. Fold forward. Rise all the way up. Go back. Hands alongside the body or in a space of connection. Reach up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Flat back, inhale. Step back, left leg, knee down if you desire. Hands up with the breath in. Hands down, breath out. Step back and lower. Lift the heart, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. All the way in, all the way out. One more time. Lift the right leg up, reach through the heel. Keep the leg straight and begin to roll the hip open. Look under the left shoulder. And then bend the right knee. And then maybe make little circles with the knee. One more. And then straighten the leg with the inhale, square the hips. Float the right foot down. Left leg up. Reach through the heel. Just keep reaching through the heel, legs straight. And then when you cannot reach open anymore, bend the knee. Maybe make those circles. Last one. Straighten the leg, inhale. Square the hips. Float the foot down. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the nose or mouth. Look towards the top of the mat with the breath in. Bend the knees. Perhaps find your way there. Step float. Fold forward. Feet can either be hips width distance or they can be toes touching. If the toes are touching, the knees are touching. And if they're hips width distance, ankles and knees align. Bend the knees. Inhale. Hands up. Chair pose. Stay here. Notice if the spine wants to do this sort of thing, or you want to kind of come forward, resist the temptation to do that. Draw the ribs towards the hips. Don't take the curve completely out, but you do sort of pull all of the energy in towards the center line of the body. If you want to, you can come up onto the toes. Yeah. Relax the face. You don't have to smile, but do your best to relax the face. You've got 2 more breaths. Last one. Heels down if they're up. Straighten knees. Arms alongside the body or in a space of connection. Eyes closed. Look inward. Again, what would it actually look like, feel like, taste like, smell like in a world that's in alignment with your intention? Make it as real as you possibly can so that not only will you recognize it when you see it, but you'll be able to more readily notice the barriers that you've placed to it, the places where you stop yourself, the doubts, the fears, the misunderstandings. In through the nose, all the way out. Hands to the sky. Reach up. You can go back any amount. Fold forward. Breathe out. Step, jump, float. High to low plank. All the way down if you want. Heart rises. Breathe in. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Lift the right leg up. Inhale. Bring the knee towards the nose as you exhale, chin to chest. Push the earth away. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold it there if possible. One more breath. and then place the foot down. Spiral the back foot flat. Heels are hips width distance. Left big toe points towards the left front corner of the mat. Inhale, hands to the hips, rise up. Use your thumbs to gently guide the tailbone down. Right hip back, straighten the front knee. Perfect. And we're going to move in and out of warrior one. So as you inhale, reach forward, keep the spine long. Exhale, straighten the leg, arms back, and you can even go way back, right? Again, breathe in for the count of 4 and out for the count of 4. In for the count of 4, out for 4. And now lengthen, in for 5, out for 4, in for 6, out for 4, and then 7, and then 8. Stay here. Relax the jaw, relax the face. Full deep breath all the way in, all the way out. Look down ahead of you. Shift the weight into the right foot. Rise up, warrior 3. Lengthen through the back leg. Reach through the heel. Hands can be directly in front of you. They can be at heart center. They can be on your hips. Yeah? But breathe. Take one more full inhale. And then as you exhale, bend the right knee. Step the left foot closer in. Straighten the right knee. So you're a lot closer together than you were before. Lengthen the torso once more. Right hand, back of the palm to the small of the back. Inhale. Left hand reaches up. As you exhale, fold forward for the count of 4. And we're going to do that same thing, but focusing on the exhale this time. So inhale for the count of 4. Out for 4. In for 4. Out for 5. In for 4. And then out for 6. Inhale stays at 4. And then 7, and then 8. Stay down when you're on the 8. Release both hands to the earth. Draw the right foot back. So you're pulling the heel back. As that happens, feel the right hip come up and back. Drop the left hip in line. Lengthen the torso. Stay with that long cycle of breath. Last 2. Keep the feet where they are. Left hand is in line or maybe a little bit ahead of the left foot. Hips are still in line. If you're not sure, you can bring your hand to the base of the spine and just feel that the sacrum is even. Start to peel the shoulder open and then maybe take the right hand towards the sky. Reach the hand overhead. This is on an inhalation. As you exhale, bring it back. 2 more like that. Balance the breath now, 4 each way. So inhale for 4, reach forward. out for 4, reach back. Last one. Perfect. Release the right hand to the earth. Bend the left knee. Step back, downward facing dog. If you want to take a vinyasa there, you totally can. Yeah. But breathe. So this modulating and managing of the breath, shaping of the breath is really, really effective at balancing the nervous system. Last breath. Okay. Look forward, step the left foot forward, right foot back. Oh, I almost missed the back and foot forth, right? Let's go back to down dog and do that. So reach the left leg up, inhale. And then exhale, knee to nose. 2 more times. So what happens when we're under stress is that often the first thing that kind of begins to become constricted is the breath. Pause, knee to nose if possible, and then place the left foot down. Spiral the right foot flat. Right big toe points towards the right front corner of the mat, knee in line with ankle. Hands to hips, rise up. Wiggle into the shape. Perfect. Straighten the front leg. And we're going to come in and out of it again. Inhale, making it longer each time, and then we'll move forward to the exhales in the next series of postures. So breathe in for 4, and out for 4. One more time at 4, just kind of getting the feel for the movement. Reach through the knife edge, that pinky toe side of the right foot, press down. And now begin extending the inhale, so this is 5. And then 6. 7 and 8. Last one. We stay here. Maintain that longer, deeper breath if possible. Notice that I am forward a little bit versus way back like this. That's to maintain length in the spine. We do it the other way sometimes too, but right now we're doing it like this. Look forward, shift weight into the left foot. Pick the right leg up behind you. Again, make a choice. Hands can be at heart, alongside the body, anywhere really, but feel the right hip coming down. Reach through the right heel. Gaze down a little bit forward. Take one more full cycle of breath there. Bend the left knee. Place the right foot closer this time. Even out the torso. Left hand, back of the palm, presses into the small of the back. As it presses into the small of the back, feel the left shoulder moving back and down. Take the right hand up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward for the count of 4. Breathe in for 4. Out for 4. In for 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So 5 this time. And when you are on that 8 count, exhale. Bring both hands to the earth. Feel the sensation of the left heel moving towards the right foot behind you. Gentle breaths. And then place the right hand underneath of the right shoulder, maybe a little bit out. Balance yourself as needed. You can have it flat or up in a tent. Go ahead and bring the left hand up behind you. Inhale, arm reaches overhead. Exhale, take it behind you. 2 more. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, behind. Last one. Perfect. Take the hands towards the earth. Find your way into downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa if you want. We meet in downward facing dog. In through the nose. Out, nose or mouth. Inhale forward into a high plank position. Now, if this hurts your knee or your elbows or your wrists, you can come down onto the forearm, right? And we're gonna move into a side plank. I'm gonna turn around. So start on the right side. You can take the hand a little bit forward of the shoulder and turn it out just a little bit. Come onto the knife edge of the right foot. Alternately, you can be like this. You can be like this, right? Find the shape that works for you. Strengthen the body. Lower belly in, hand up perhaps. Now, we're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Perhaps as you inhale, you reach through and create space between each of the ribs. Exhale, drop it down. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. Last one. Both hands to the earth, downward facing dog. I'm going to turn around so that I'm facing you again for the next time. Take a couple of breaths there. Breathe all the way in through the nose, all the way out through the mouth. Perfect. Take breaks whenever you need to. Come forward into a high plank position. Turn the left hand out a little bit. Come onto the knife edge of the left foot. Again, you can be down on the knee. You can be down on the forearm. All the way down, right? Find the version that works for you. Take the hand up. Inhale, breathe in between each of the ribs. Exhale, lengthen through. 2 more. Last time. Perfect. Both hands down. Come down onto the knees. Sit on the heels. And if your body doesn't like sitting on the heels, you can take a pillow, a block, a little bolster, anything to bring the earth to you. Let the eyes close. Come back to your intention. And let the breath even. And very often when we're not manifesting, when we're not creating, when we're not in action and purpose on kind of following the intentions that we've set for ourselves, we can experience that as things happening to us. Right? And while it's true that things can happen that are outside of our control, as we are all very well aware of and feeling at this moment, it is also true that we are in charge of our internal landscape. And so even though there might not be anything we can do about the external circumstances, there is something to be gained from understanding if we are contributing to that stagnation Sometimes we are. Sometimes we're not, but sometimes we are. So bring your awareness to either the inquiry or to your awareness of how you're standing in your own way, or how you're standing behind a perceived block or barrier and refusing to sort of push on it for whatever reason. Bring the hands up in a 60-degree angle. Thumbs press in to the center of the palms. Squeeze the hands, and I want you to really squeeze, like you are creating some tension, right? The thumb is pushing back against the fingers. The shoulders might want to do this, bring them down, right? Draw them towards one another on the spine. This is ego eradicator pose, right? So I want you to really feel that truth. You're reaching through your arms. You're heavy on the earth. You're like a mountain of intention and purpose and awareness, yeah? Calling into this moment with as much intensity as you know how to, the barriers that you're aware of, and holding space for the ones you don't know exist. And we're going to practice breath of fire. We're going to do it for long enough, yeah? So don't worry about how long it's going to be or how many. Keep reaching your arms up. They're going to get tired, and that's okay. The way that works is you're going to take a half inhale, and as you exhale, you forcefully push the abdomen towards the spine, creating an exhale through the nose. The inhale happens on its own, right? And it sounds like this. Yeah? So begin. Inhale all the way first. Exhale. Commit to your intention. Feel your body. Halfway inhale. And begin. There will come a time when you want to stop. Continue. How we are anywhere is how we are everywhere. This is a moment to practice. This is not something that's happening to you. It's something that's happening for you. Keep at it. Notice what arises. About 10 more seconds. Inhale. Reach the hands up, 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 up. Open the hands, exhale, and let them float down. Rest them on the thighs. Take a moment in that space. Feel a lifting and a rising. Bring awareness to the heart center now. So it's very likely that you feel some heat in the center of the body. Perhaps some denseness in the root of the body. Breathe into the heart now. Inhale, open the arms. As you exhale, you're rounding the spine and bringing the elbows together. Yeah, so inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close, right? And we're going to do that with breath. So it's like this. Yeah, yeah, keep it going. For 10. Last 2. Inhale, open. Look up. And exhale, hands behind the back, interlace. Reach the shoulder blades down, chin towards the chest. Two more. Last one. Perfect. Release the hands. Move whatever you're sitting on. Bring yourself back to a seated position. We're going to do one more one more posture, one more shape. Right? And the idea here is to sort of start to feel the sensation of that energy moving up a little bit more. Bring your hands in front of you. And exhale, sink your hips, keep your hands parallel to the earth. Engage the legs. If this is hard for your knees, find a shape that is not. Same thing, breath of fire. About 15 seconds or so. About 5 more seconds. Perfect. Inhale, come all the way up. Cross the feet behind you, and either just bring yourself into a position on your back, or you can place the hands on the earth, pick your feet up, and bring them through. And nothing extra special happens when you do that, by the way. So don't feel compelled. Lengthen the spine. As you exhale, as slowly as you can, right? Like molasses in the wintertime, slow. Lift the feet up if you want more sensation. Straighten the legs out if you want more sensation, right? Lower yourself down to the earth. If the legs are straight, when you're down on the earth, you're going to bend the knees, place the feet down, take the hands. You're going to use the curve between the thumb and the first finger to place right at the base of the thighs. Push the legs away, lengthen the spine, draw the chin towards the chest. Breathe. And then bring the hands either to heart and belly or to prayer at the third eye. So we're starting to very, very intentionally bring the energy upward now. And there's something that I'd like to say is that the truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. And so I want you to consider for a moment that part of the sweetness of this experience that we're sharing is that we have far less opportunity to distract ourselves from ourselves. And you might be in the part of the population that is having a grand time, right? Everything's perfect, maybe even better. But the truth is that we're all connected. And so what's happening to one of us is in a sense happening to all of us, whether we're aware of it or not. And so take a moment now to become deeply aware, as deeply as you can, of all of the souls that you're connected to. And it doesn't have to be just people, it can be animals, it can be nature. Just sense yourself. And within that divine tapestry of existence. Open your heart. And we move with the energy of gratitude and with the energy of an offering, with the energy of opening the heart. So you bring the feet as close to the body as you can get them. You can reach and sort of tap the ankles. You're going to push down into the earth. As you inhale, reach the hips up and the arms overhead. Lengthen the back of the neck as you do that. And then bring the hands underneath, right? Bring the shoulder blades together. Let the gaze be at the ceiling. Relax the glutes. And we're using the legs. Feel the shoulder blades moving towards one another, almost like they're trying to hug the spine, moving down away from the ears. And again, we lengthen the inhale. So you breathe in for the count of 4. Out for 4. In for 5. Taking the breath between each of the ribs. Out for 4. See if you can concentrate the breath in the torso instead of the belly. In for 6.
Take breaks if you need to, but if you can stay up, do that. And now in for 7. And finally 8. Pause at the top of that breath. Pause, pause, pause. And when you can't pause the breath any longer, exhale gently and lower yourself down to the earth at the same time. Before you hug the knees in towards the chest, just let yourself lie there for a moment and notice the amount of space that you've created in the chest and the heart and the throat even. Maybe you feel it in the low back. Make the feet as wide as the mat and then slowly let them sort of swish back and forth a couple of times. And then bring them back to the center. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Use your right hand to help guide your right knee away from the body. This might be sufficient sensation for you. If it is, stay there. The idea is that you're rooted and grounded, right? The whole back side of the body is in contact with the earth. Maintain that connection. If you wish to bend the left knee, go ahead and do that. Hold on to the back of the thigh or hold on to the shin. If you're not getting sensation there, straighten the leg, reach for the thigh, or the calf. Like, what is that? It's the calf, or the foot. Okay? What's going to happen is if your body does this, then you back off. The neck needs to stay long. The hips need to stay down, right? So you want to start curling up. Don't resist. It's more powerful to practice the pose in a way that allows your breath to be balanced, conscious, mindful, than it is to make it look a certain way. And so as you continue to feel the connection of yourself to everyone that you come into contact with, or who comes into contact with the things that you create in the world or remove from the world, I invite you to consider that the ways in which you hesitate to do what your heart communicates to you is in alignment with your purpose, with your intention, are hurting more than just you. And it's not something to feel guilty about or shameful about. It's just something to be aware of. That opening our hearts to ourselves. Take 3 more breaths here. Heals and nurtures more than just us. Take your last breath. Exhale, lower the left foot down to the earth. Close the space between the right and the left knee. Open the arms up to the sides. You can push down into the earth and shift the hips a couple of inches to the right. And then as you exhale, let both knees fall to the left side of the body. You can turn towards the right if it feels good. Keep the shoulder blades on the earth. If you want more sensation, the palms reach down towards the earth as well. The right hip moves away from the right shoulder. Eyes closing is a great place to be. Full deep breaths. 2 more. And then gently, slowly come out of that. Uncross the leg. Maybe switch them from side to side a little bit. And then we take it on the other side. So left ankle, right knee. Get yourself set up. Go ahead and guide the left knee away from the shoulder. And then if it feels good, Go ahead and bring the right knee towards the body. Hold on to the hamstring, to the shin, to the leg, extend it if that feels good. But let the eyes close. And there's a quote that I really love, and I don't remember all of it, so I won't even try to say it, but it's a Marianne Williamson quote, and basically what it says is that our greatest fear isn't that we're inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. And there's lots of places we can find that same sort of sentiment in popular culture, in old books, in conversations with friends, in our own mind. We don't try the thing, not because we would fail, although that's part of it, but because we might succeed. And if that happens, then that forces a reevaluation of everything else that we doubt about ourselves. And sort of, do I want to get started? Is it going to be overwhelming? Is it going to be too much? Am I going to be too much? What will people think? I don't want to make other people feel small or bad. Don't rock the boat sort of mentality or feeling. I'm going to take just a few more breaths here. And as we do, I invite you to consider that what happens is not that people feel bad, although that happens some. By and large, what occurs, take a full deep breath in and pause at the top of your breath before exhaling and releasing. Close the gap between the knees, push down into the earth, shift the hips a couple of inches to the left, open the hands out, sort of stabilize yourself, and as you exhale, let both knees fall to the right side. What happens more often than that is that people see this sort of vulnerable willingness to be exactly who you are, to be on purpose. And it inspires them. It frees them. It motivates them. And that could be motivating them to paint a picture, 2 more breaths, or bake a cake, or start a job, or leave a job, or do a thing, or don't do a thing. Deepen a relationship, end a relationship. It's not about what it is, it's about the feeling. On your next breath, come forward, or come back to center. Uncross the legs. Bring the hips back to center. Let the knees fall from side to side. And bring them in towards the chest. Squeeze a lot, maybe even bring the forehead towards the knees. Give yourself a great big hug. And then open the legs and the arms out on the earth to prepare for Shavasana. And the feeling that it's about is freedom, right? It's freedom from suffering unnecessarily. And it's freedom from feeling like we're not doing enough, or we're doing too much, or we're doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. It's the freedom to be joyfully alive and to exist in a way that celebrates the opportunity to exist without condition. If you're sensing any tension remaining in the body, any resistance, as you inhale, tighten all of your muscles, your jaw, your arms,
your legs. Just really tighten everything till you're shaking. And then as you exhale, release it. Breathe in through the mouth, tighten if needed. Out through the mouth, soften and release. Eyes close down if they haven't already. In through the mouth, tighten. Out through the nose, release. In through the nose, tighten. Out through the nose, release. Last time, in through the nose, tighten. Out through the mouth, surrender, stillness, Shavasana. Leave the eyes closed and start to deepen the breath. Stay connected to that sense of peace and of stillness, of balance. Begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe let the head fall from side to side or stretch the arms overhead. Finding your way eventually onto the right side of your body. And give yourself a moment of transition, like really let yourself savor, consciously arise to a seated position with the spine tall. Eyes closed, hands in a space of connection. Take this moment to recommit to your intention, whatever that might have been. And I offer for all of us that we might cultivate within us an awareness of the spaces and the ways in which we let stagnation hold us back, the ways in which we allow doubt and fear to oppress us internally. Not so that we can judge ourselves, but so that we can move forward with an awareness. To be motivated by the worthiness of what it is that's inside of us. May we remember that we're all connected. And that when we wish for health, for happiness, for freedom of all beings, that includes us. May we not take this existence for granted. And may we meet each moment with gratitude and with grace, and if possible, joy. The light, the love, and the truth within me recognizes, honors, and bows with deep, deep gratitude and humility. That same divinity, the love, the light, and the truth within you. We are one. Namaste.